Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is a deck profile of my Royal Paladins deck. Um, this is the Wingle Brave, of course, my personal starting Vanguard. Um, Most people see Wingle Brave and think I'm running a MLB deck. I'm really not. I'm running a Fang of Light Garmar deck or Garmar Rush. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna get into it because I don't want this video being too long. Just want it short, sweet, to the point. Let's go. I run Wingle Brave because I feel like it's actually the best starter. I don't run Brugles at all because, let's be realistic, Brugles suck. Point blank, period, straight to the point. I'm gonna start off with my triggers. For heal, oops, for heal, um, as most people do, 4 draw, 6 crit. Sorry if it's a little messy. And that would make a total of 14 cards right now, 14 triggers. And for the 16, to make 16, I run 2 stands. I actually run 2 stands. I'll actually explain that later, just to, if I have any time for the video. I only have a certain amount of time I can make the video in terms of length. I run 1 Friendship Knight key. I would run 2, but I actually only have 1 right now. I should be getting 1 by the end of the week. But I do particularly like this card, but I wouldn't want more than 2. 1 Leg Maiden Lian. I run her just to shuffle through the deck real quick. I don't run it any more than 1. I may run 2 just to make it a little bit faster, but other than that, I don't really want to run too many because she's really not as good as most people make her seem. Let me just move these out the way. My heel trigger wants to stay with me. Never mind, I can never get it during the game. I run 1 Soul Guiding Elf, and 1 Night Squire Allen. These are 2 Counterblast 1 plus 1000s. These are actually the backup to the backups. These are backup to the AKs and backups to the Snowballs that I run. I run 2 Wingle Braves. Wingles. Wingle Brave. I run 2 Wingles. I run 2 Wingles because I run 2 Blaster Blades. That's really the only reason. Get a 19k roll, just to beat people's face in, basically. Obviously, I run 4 AK Vanillas. Of course, Lil Sage Marin. If I don't actually like Lil Sage Marin, but I don't know of any other Royal Paladin AK Vanillas that look better or, are cooler. There's no real reason for me to run her, because most of the time I do get my snuggles out on the field. But hey, this is just in case I can't get a snuggle on the field. I got an AK, and then I got 2 others. Of course, running Fang Like Garmar, you need snuggle. Snuggle or Brugal. I do not run Brugal. I just run 4 snuggles, and then I run the AK Vanillas, and then the Counterblast 1 plus 1000s as backup versus the Brugals. They actually benefit me more in the end game than in the beginning of the game. That's why I run them instead of Brugal. Brugal is just not a good booster, nor is it worth worrying about bringing out in the first place. Much just riding back and gets punched with nozzle for every Brugal, so that means you got to run another Brugal just to get his effect off. Really, not that important. For grade 2s, I run 4 Night of Silence Galatines or 10k Vanillas. I run Galatine because I like Galatine. I think he's actually a better. I think he looks cooler than the other 10k Vanilla for Royal Paladins. Can't remember the name. Never really cared much for him. Doesn't bother me. I run 2 Blaster Darks because I do run MLB in my deck, but I don't run him as my main Vanguard. He's actually my backup Vanguard. And I run 2 Blaster Blades. Once again, I actually would run Blaster Blade even if I didn't have MLB in my deck. Um, but that's I will run him just because I feel like Blaster Blade is one of the best. I want to say rear guard slash vanguards in the Royal Paladin series. So that's really the only reason why I would run him, regardless of Majesty Lord Blaster. Strictly because of his effect. I run 3 Beast Knight Garmors to set up the field. I usually get them in my hand first turn, but for the most part, I do run 4 of them. Some people run 3, other people run 2. I've seen one person that only ran 1, and if it works for him, it works for him. Hey, whatever, do your thing. If it works for you, it works for you. I run 4 because it makes it easier for me to draw into. For grade 3s, I run 2 Galatines. Galatine. Oh God, 2 Solitary Knight Gancelots. I only run. He is the backup to the backup to the backup. He is the very last Vanguard I want to ride. Period. I usually just use him for his effect to get Blaster Blade into my hand, so I don't have to use Wingle Brave's effect to get Blaster Blade into my hand. I could use his effect to get either Majesty Lord Blaster in my hand or Blaster Dark in my hand, depending on what I feel like I should grab first. Yeah, but other than that, I don't really run him. I think I've only rode him one time since I started playing with this deck, which is fairly recently. I run 1 King of Knights Alfred. I actually really like this card because of his effect. I don't really ride him often. He is the third Vanguard I would rather ride. But other than that, I don't. He's automatically a 20k 20k beat stick, really. But other than that, I don't really care much to ride him. I like his effect. He's a good card, but it's not one of my win conditions that I will want to use in the long run. I run 1 MLB. I only run 1 because I only have 1. If I'm supposed to get another one, but I'm not too sure when I would actually be able to get it. I should be getting it also by the end of the week, along with the Knight of Friendship K. But yeah, I should be getting another one. I do like this card, but I don't like this card. I like the card because it's a 12k beat stick, but I don't like the card because it's really, in my particular deck, it's actually harder to get his effect off. Now, if I was using a Majesty Lord Blaster's type of deck, then yeah, it would be a lot easier to activate his effect. But I'm not running that. But I think I got his effect off maybe once, and it actually helped me end up winning the duel. Fight, as it's called in this one. And then I run 4 Fangolight Garmors. I run 4 Fangolight Garmors because, come on, look at this. You can't help it. He looks hot. He looks awesome. I actually feel bad because he actually looks better than Great Silver Wolf Garmor. And I feel bad saying that because I am a big fan of Great Silver Wolf Garmor, being that he was my very first Go Paladins was my very first deck. So it's really what got me into the game. It actually what made me hate the game, start hating the game as well, because Go Paladins at the time I started playing was so freaking expensive that I could never get the cards I needed and or wanted. But yeah, I run 4 of them. I run 4, as you probably noticed, I run 8 grade 3s. As you can see, I run 8 grade 3s versus 7 that most people in the in the Garmor Rush, I want to say Garmor Rush series runs. I run 8. I run 8 just so that I make sure I have a grade 3 in my hand pretty much at all times. You probably noticed that I don't run perfect guards. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I don't like perfect guards in my decks. They are useful in defense, but when it comes to attacking and you don't have anything, you got to put it on the field. Not only do you lose defense, but you don't even get that much of a good attack. But yeah, that was my Royal Paladins deck. I It's not 100% complete, as you can tell. I still need like 4 cards for my deck to perform a little bit better, in my opinion. But right now, as of now, I've yet to lose a duel with it. This and that includes like other cross-ride decks and like Neo Nectar, other cross-ride decks like Dragon Overlord DN and Phantom Blaster Dragon, Phantom Blaster Overlord, and I won pretty much every duel other than, and with the new decks like Neo Nectar and Dark Irregulars. I was about to say Dark Irregulars and other decks, just period. I've yet to lose with this deck. But you know, do all the nice stuff, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.